We set out from South Lake Tahoe on Wednesday morning of our trip. We left town, then went down Kingsbury Grade, through flat fields that were warm with waving grasses. Soon we were back on 89 where we'd been the previous day, but this time we took California 4 into the Stanislaus National Forest. Hal wanted to stop and get photos of the pretty river that ran next to the road. Then our real adventure for the day began as the road began to climb. When I say climb, I mean it. We began to gain elevation almost immediately. I keep trying to find adjectives that are synonymous with beautiful, but in this forest it was beyond that. The deep green foliage and the clear blue sky are so different from the parched hot desert where I live. The cool air was fresh against my skin as it vented through my mesh jacket. We soon lost the center line of the road as it became narrower, about a lane and a half wide. We began to see snow at the sides of the road, hidden in places where it was safe from the rays of the sun. It was difficult not to stop every 5 minutes to take pictures. I kept waiting for the 24% grade that we had been warned about, and to be truthful, I was a little bit apprehensive because I didn't know what form the 24% grade would take. We started to climb again, and now we found the 24% grade, in the form of steep, tight switchbacks. There turned out to be 3 of them in all. The video doesn't really show the steepness, but on one of them I looked up and saw Hal, who had already turned and gone up, riding several feet above my head. It was a strange perspective. On top of the Pacific Grade summit, we suddenly came to a lake. It was so beautiful, high up in the mountains, clear and cold. People were grouped around it, fishing, enjoying the scenery, and just walking. At the lake, Mosquito Lake, I pulled over because Hal did, and also because my bike reached 45,000 miles on the odometer. I was fascinated by the lakes high up within the peaks of the mountains. The road narrowed again, and we retreated to more spectacular riding. This trip was absolute paradise for the entire week. That is until we got to Carmageddon, but that's another story. Needless to say, I didn't shoot video of that traffic nightmare. After Mosquito Lake, we had begun to descend, this time for real. The road curved down the grade, and once again it widened to include 2 full lanes. We pulled over to take a short break and get rid of a layer of clothing. Then we came to a section of great riding that included perfect turns that could be ridden up to speed. Later that day, we rode country roads through rolling fields and later rode along the freeway. Surrounding us were the Gavilands, a mountain range that was more rounded and covered in golden grasses. We were coming into Steinbeck country, getting closer to Monterey, which was our destination for the day.